Hello, today I want to talk to you about weight. We come into the gym and we want to be strong. We get upset because we look at the weight stack, which is on the machine, and we notice that we're not doing a quarter of it or a half of it. There's a problem here. I tell my clients, don't go by weight. Weight is not important. The important thing is the way you do it, how you do it if you're doing it correctly, and the intensity that you put into it. An example would be if I took a 2.5 pound weight and I held it 3 inches from your foot. If I told you I was going to drop the weight on your foot, would you be nervous? Probably not. But if I take the same amount of weight and hold it up 30 feet in the air and said I was going to drop it, would you be afraid? Yes. What happened? The weight did not change, but the drop area, the intensity changed. Therefore, you must work out with intensity and not concentrate on the weight. Another example would be if I had a car. I can take it to Mako, pay $500, and they paint it. It would look great, but the car still would run rough. If you open the doors, you would see that the insides were not done. If you open the engine compartment, it's still the same color. But if you have a car refurbished, if you had it redone by a qualified person, they would take the car and it would take longer, but they would take it apart. They would take all the doors off, all the bolts. They would refurbish, clean the bolts. They would rebuild the engine and the transmission, change the bushings. And then when they put the car back together, you've got a brand new car. And this is what we're trying to tell you in weight training. Now, this is a side lateral machine. I have 5 side lateral machines in here, and the difference on the weight stacks are many. This machine here has a weight stack of 250, while I have a machine over there has a weight stack of 50. What is the difference? Number one is the cam. If you have a cam, which is here, this is the cam. And some cams are not created as others. They're bigger, which means it gives an assistance to the body. You move about 10%, it moves 60% for you. You don't want these. Many of my machines don't have cams at all. You want something that is going to force you to do the weight. And what they do is people get on a machine and they're doing this and they're letting the cam do the work. Now, how much weight am I doing? I am doing 10 pounds. What exercise am I doing? That's the most important part. I'm doing side lateral. And what does it work? It's working my shoulder. What part of the shoulder? You see, we're taking the car and we're taking everything apart to get down to the bolt. I'm working the side lateral head of my deltoid. Now, that muscle is only about so big. So why would you think you can lift hundreds of pounds with it? It would be impossible because the deltoid is not that big, it's not that strong. What is its job? Its job actually is to contract and bring the arm like so. But the problem is we see people doing this. And when they do that, what are they working? That's a trap. So kinesiology tells me the side delt does this and that. It brings it up, it lets it comes down. It brings it up, and let it come down. That is all that it does. So when you have people who bend their elbows and their hands here and they're doing this, they're using momentum in other parts of their body to help get it up. And they're not hitting the side delt. I also see people who turn and they do this. Why are they doing that? Because they can lift more. The way to notice if you're working your side delt, I was taught, when you come up, put your finger on top, whatever is on top. And when you bring your arm down, wherever the finger is, that's what you're working. That's a front delt. If I was working my side delt, if my finger is here, when I go up, it should be there. If I put my finger here and I go up, that's a front delt. So you must know what you're working, and that sometimes the muscle can't lift as much weight as the machine has it on there. So I can do this all day. However, if I drop my arms, guess what? It becomes harder. I can't get all the way up. Why not? That's the full contraction. That's as far as the muscle goes. If I do this, I'm working traps. If I do that, I'm bringing in a trap. I don't want to work trap. I want to work the side delt. So the weight is not important. Now I'm going to say something that will really blow your mind. Weight is important. Once you learn how to move the weight, once you learn how to contract and make the muscle work and have more control of it, you must challenge it. Now, I will get people come in all the time, oh, I'm weak and I'm not strong, I'm this, I'm that. I can take the same amount of weight, which could be one plate, and make it the worst workout you ever had in a class of pain. Why? Because we keep it strict and we don't let the muscle go. We do this, we go up and we drop. What's the problem? The problem is you're throwing it up so you're not getting a contraction. The way to contract the muscle, think of a crane. It has to pull. The job is to pull the bone. It pulls it up. It's contracted. Now we're stretching it, bringing it down in a controlled way. When you do this and drop it, you're not doing anything. So you contract it, you stretch it. You contract it, you stretch it. It's always under tension. And I'm not rocking to throw it up, because why are you trying to impress other people and yourself by throwing weight up? It's irrelevant. You're not getting anything out of it. The joke I always use is you have two cars. If you have a beat up Ford Escort and a brand new Ferrari, and the Escort is going 90 miles an hour and the Ferrari is going 20, which is the fastest car? Of course, it's the Ferrari. Even though it went 20 miles an hour, you can look at it and tell what's under the hood. The same should be with your body. So the correct way of doing a muscle is to force the muscle to work. Keep your body in a position, and remember, it's not your body against the weight, it's you and the machine against that muscle part. And what I tell people to do is, when they work out, is to try to fail the muscle. If I told you to do 6 reps or 66 reps, and they both gave you the same results, what would you do? 6 reps. So try to fail, and once you fail, throw in 2 more, and that will get you there. Forget the weight, forget the ego, train the muscle the way it's intended to be trained, learn how the muscle moves, study kinesiology, or look at videos to tell you what to do from qualified people, and you will watch your body grow, and you won't have to drive around the roads doing 90 miles an hour in a beat up Escort because you're Ferrari. This is Will.
We are the people that refuse to be feeble. I said, yeah, we are the people that refuse to be feeble. I said, yeah, we are the people that refuse to be feeble. I said, yeah, we are the people that refuse to be feeble.